Hello, hello, everyone. Good evening. Well, shall I say good afternoon? Almost evening. How is everybody out there tonight? It's Friday. I don't know what's going on in these streets, but I know what we're going to do over here. We are going to continue the man behind the man. Before I start all of that, I wanted to play a little funny skit that I had found um, a while back. I was introduced to it by Goddess Dawn, and she had played it. I don't remember if it was on her YouTube channel or on Twitter, but I found it to be really funny, and I thought you guys would enjoy it as well. So here we go. While people are coming in, hello, everyone. Hello. Once again, it is Diva the Divine, and I'm here to entertain you.
This is about the R. Kelly docu-series, and with his recent arrest, many people are still divided on whether or not listening to his music is acceptable. These are the confessions of R. Kelly addicts. The first time I heard his music, I was it was at my grade school sock hop, and all my classmates they was like mesmerized by his music. Uh, Your
What up?
Body's
What up? What
Calling Me
up?
came on, and I grabbed Aisha Jenkins, who went on the dance floor. That's the first time I dry grinded on a girl. He was going all the way through Honey Love. Never wear khakis when you dry grinded with somebody. My classmates were like, yo, J P'd on himself. I'm like, that's not P. That's love.
I was I was R. Kelly music free for about 2 weeks.
You can watch the
Until
replay
a couple
later,
days
Mama.
ago, I was working out. The Ignition remix came on. What was I supposed to do? Turn it off? I think God wanted me to listen to that.
I can't just stop listening to Kels. My kids were conceived off R. Kelly, man. My son was made off Sex in the Kitchen, over battered stove, battered butter rolls. And my daughter, she was made off a combination of 12 play and Gotham City.
I can't just give it up. You want me to give up a backyard party cold turkey? Really? I'm just supposed to act like I Believe I Can Fly isn't the most inspirational song ever written? Get out of here, fam.
But let's see how they felt once I had them read some of Kelly's lyrics out loud.
Check these lyrics out.
Oh, that's my shit. Your body is my playground. Let me lick you up and down. Make you feel like a woman should. This motherfucker say playground? Maybe he was trying. Damn.
The hell?
I mean, damn.
What's up,
Damn,
Mama?
Robert.
Hands in the air, drinks everywhere, party in the hills, keeping it real. Parents out of town. Parents out of town. Man, what the fuck else? He was probably plotting. He was plotting.
What you thinking? My mind is telling me no. But my body is telling me yeah. If you really want to help your family and friends and don't want to see them end up like this motherfucker, please have them call 1-800-662-HELP.
And that was that. That was funny. I also have something else I wanted you guys to hear. I found this news reporting, and it was by a legal analyst about the R. Kelly case. So he gave a quick little view about the case. So I figured we'd listen to this real quick, let some people kind of climb in here as we do this.
So tell me about this, Terry, because you covered the first trial from gavel to gavel, and we did not see this tape come up during that trial. Tell me about what's different now and why we didn't see this evidence come out 11 years ago.
Well, there's a lot that's the same, Sean, and then there's a lot that's different. And real briefly, I think what you're looking at is what is this tape that they're claiming that they have? Are there more than one tape that we're going to be looking at? And is R. Kelly on the tape? That was one of the main issues at the first trial some 10 years ago. And then one of the questions that's going to be is where were these four women during that time? Because all of these allegations now are from before the trial back 10 years ago.
Terry, one of the issues in the trial last time was that the actual victim herself, alleged victim, I should say herself, did not take the stand. Will it be different this time because Michael Avenatti, the lawyer who has this tape and who has given it to prosecutors and says he actually has more tapes, says that he represents one of the women in these tapes? Will it make a difference if you actually hear from one of the alleged victims this time when the case goes to trial?
Sure, it will, Tanya. And one of the things we're going to have to look for in the far future is how many of these women will testify in the same trial. If each trial is separated and it's one-on-one, it's going to be more difficult for the prosecution. The more that they can get in at one trial, the better chance they have a conviction. Look at the Bill Cosby case. It was the same thing there, where they were able to bring other supposed victims forward, and they got the conviction. But I think one of the biggest things you're going to have is not only was that R. Kelly on the tape, whatever tapes there are, again, we don't know how many there may be, is that him there, and where in the heck have the tapes been for the past 20 years? You have a real situation, and in this day of technology, you're going to have the defense, I'm sure, is going to have analysis and probably expert witnesses that are going to say that those tapes have been tampered with. So where have the women been? Where have the tapes been? And have they been tampered at all with?
The other question, Terry, is last time when this case, when he went to trial, there was almost 6 years between the time that the charges were brought and then the actual trial started. There were issues where witnesses may have forgotten instances, couldn't recall details in clarity. Is there any push to try to make sure that this case moves along a lot faster?
I'm sure there will be, but there will be complicated motions here that I'm sure when it finally gets to a trial judge, that he or she is going to have to decide. I think that before they're able to say that they have any sort of good evidence, they're going to have to substantiate that, because that's what's going to be brought up by the defense. And then when you finally get to trial, as I said before, as unfair as it may be at times, certainly the alleged victims are going to be challenged with where have they been and why, when there was a trial to begin with 10 years ago, why didn't they come forward?
So in this case, the victims themselves become on trial as well.
Exactly, but that's what's going to have to happen here. That's what the defense is going to do, and you can bet your house on that. But the fact is that somebody is going to try to leave allegations with a jury that these women were around, and now what they're looking for, since he's at the top of his career again, or was a short time ago, that they're after the money now. Yeah. And we'll have to see how that flies in this Me Too age.
All right, Terry, we'll leave it there. WGN legal analyst Terry Sullivan.
Okay. Hello, Bev. Hello, Karen. Hello, Dahel. Hello, Be Smooth. Hello, 100. What's up, my ladies? Okay, be smooth. Yes, I did start to read it. You can chill here now and watch the replay later or whatever, however you want to do, mamita. So, well, I was looking some more and breezing through, and he talks about Tiffany Hawkins in here. You know, we all wondered how was it that Tiffany Hawkins tried to commit suicide, right? We all wondered did she try to do? Did she try to cut her wrist? Did she what did she do? When did she do this, right? Well, Mr. Smith tells us exactly what she did and when she did it and where she did it and R. Kelly's reaction. All I can say is, wow. All I can say is, wow. And that comes in chapter 22. We did go through chapter 1. We are now going to do chapter 2. Like I said, this book is very, very long. Robin, girl Melanie, what's up, Robin? Hello. So, as I said, oh, girls, by the way, oh, listening and cleaning, awesome. Girls, by the way, I got my microphone. I'm whispering, I'm not yelling, and this is a good thing. Now I won't have to disturb my children while they're sleeping if I'm doing my late night lives, or even just in general because I hate straining my voice. And the camera's far away and I just feel like I have to yell, and I'm just loud anyway. But I'm deaf, y'all know. But yes, so I have my microphone. I'm glad you guys can hear me. You guys can hear me loud and clear. Oh, wait. Okay. Hold on. Oh, I'm trying to get this. Okay. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. Okay, there's my mic. Okay. All right. Okay. So, as I said, we are on chapter 2. And this book seems like it's going to be very interesting. Oh, let me get my light on here. It's starting to get dark. Okay. Alrighty, guys. Chapter 2. He would be a star. Only a few days went by, and Robert called the office to speak with me, anxiously wanting to know who I wanted to introduce him to. The kid really wanted to be busy at working at his gift, and he was very enthusiastic. After work one day, after work one day, I'm sorry, let me get myself a little more comfortable in here. Okay. After work one day, I went by his house on 107th and Parnell Street. I told him all about my famous NBA relative. Robert was ecstatic that I knew Craig. He was a huge fan. The fact that I wanted to introduce him to Craig was reason enough for him to feel comfortable with me. Robert, Chuck, and I formed a verbal business bonded friendship from that day forward. We were all feeling good in acquaintance with one another. I made sure not to make Chuck feel in any way that I was trying to step on his toes as manager or steal his talented artist away. I wanted to be an addition to this growing corporation and not a liability. Chuck and I were both serious about the music business. He respected me for my experience and knowledge of the business. That made it easy for me to want to work with him and to be a part in helping to develop Robert's career. I shared stories with them about my old touring days and how we could start booking Robert to do some of the same tours. We all agreed that this could help Robert get more exposure, experience on the stage, and in the long run, he will master working the crowd. Chuck and I worked the business during the day, and I hung out with Robert at night, taking him everywhere with me. He was like my kid brother, but at the same time, my best friend. Okay, so Rob was 17 and you were like, what was it, 29? Hanging out with a 17-year-old? That was your best friend? Wow. He would sing everywhere we went. I wanted the world to hear him sing. When he performed, you didn't see that bashful, shy, funny looking, big eared kid. When he performed, you were entertained. Robert and I would ride around looking for girls to looking Robert and I where was I? Sorry, lost. I don't know. Robert and I would ride around looking for girls to pick up. Nickel, Ty, what's up, mama? Hello, happy Friday. Oh, you did? Girl, wasn't that crazy? Wait, there's more to come. Listen to how he said that right now. Robert and I would ride around looking for girls to pick up. Are you fucking kidding me? He loved to sing to them. He could create a song for a girl on the spot. Robert was quiet, but not as shy as he portrayed. He got anything he wanted. All he had to do is sing. He knew how and exactly when to go into his shy boy routine. He could put anybody under his spell. Lord. One day, we were rolling through Harvey, Illinois, where we spotted these three honeys walking up the street. I pulled over to the crib and told Robert to sing something to them. He was used to being put on the spot to sing, so he was always ready to belt out a tune. Wow. So he's just using him to pick up chicks now, huh? Little girls at that, huh? Mm-mm-mm. He picked one of the three girls watching and sang off the top of his head, "Girl, I was wondering if you would like to come with me to a place where our love would flow, a place where only you and I could go." The 19-year-old girl Robert was singing to was named Yolanda. Now, I have to remind you guys, not everybody's names, real names, were used in this book. He said he did change some of the people's names. She was a red bone, about 5'5", with big, pretty, round eyes. She wore a fitted buttoned up shirt with a few buttons left undone, where she tied it into a knot to expose her belly button. She asked where we were going, so I told her Burger King and then back to my house to practice some music with my cousin. He's talking about Robert. He's working on a record deal. This is what I would always tell the ladies. Oh, God. Demetrius Smith, you need to be in fucking jail. You do not deserve immunity. You should be in jail with Rob. Okay? Okay. If you're watching, yeah, Demetrius Smith, you need to be under the fucking jail. Hey, Aisha. The truth is in the building. Hello, 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 baby girl. Phoenix. What's up, mama? How you doing, lady? Yeah, I just went through a little bit of shit. And this guy, Demetrius Smith, needs to be in jail with R. Kelly. Every one of you subscribe the truth. Please go and subscribe to her channel. She is an awesome, phenomenal woman. Tune, what's up, Papi? What's up, brother? Let's continue. That just got me upset. You could tell Yolanda was digging Robert. She asked if they could go with us. I nodded to Robert to open the car door and let the girls in. Yolanda was not shy at all. She made it obvious that she was feeling Robert. The other two girls eventually introduced themselves as Dee Dee and Tonya. Yolanda started rubbing up and down the side of Robert's face, touching his lips. He played the timid role, and the girls just giggled from the back seat. We rode right past Burger King. I didn't have enough money to offer to feed them all, so I drove us straight to my house. Oh, God. Ah. Now remember, guys, this was before he was famous. This was where they were just trying to promote him in the street and get him to be known. And, where he was singing in the street corners, in the subway, trying to make his little money, trying to get a record deal. This was that time. This was 1985. 1985, y'all. This is the era. This is the time. 1985. Picture it. In Chicago, Demetrius Smith was 29. R. Kelly was 17. He was grooming this kid, showing him the ropes. Dee Dee had the prettiest green eyes. She was so gorgeous, I couldn't stop looking at her. Through my rearview mirror, she kept her eyes on me as well. Her brown tan skin was perfect, with her eyes and full pink lips. She was Halle Berry gorgeous. Tonya wasn't bad looking herself. She had the hottest body of the three. Her jeans showed her backside to be her her best asset. Tonya was the playful one. She thought everything was funny. She kept giggling the entire ride back to my mom's house. Okay, first of all, Demetrius, you drove around the hood to go get something to eat with Kels, saw some girls, three of them, decided to pull them over, fronted like, you were going to the McDonald's because you were, but then you said, oops, I ain't got enough money to feed all these girls and me and Kels. So let's just go back to my house. And then you're going back to the house and it's your mother's house? What the fuck? You're a bum. You're bringing these girls back to your mother's house? Are you kidding me? Really? Tears. What's up, mama? He really does. Oh, God. As soon as we got there, we went to my room in the basement. We had the house all to ourselves. So your mom was gone. So now you're scheming on some little girl ass. And you're a whole 29 years old now. Harping on 19-year-old, 17 or 18-year-old girls, or whatever age they were. Who knows if you were even telling the truth when you said the one girl was 19? Did you fucking ID her? Was it a real ID? We sat around getting acquainted and listening to Rob sing and play the piano, just like I knew they would. The girls went into a trance. Yolanda and Tonya stood around Robert like starstruck fans, while Dee Dee and I sat back on my bed watching. He sang a few original songs, as he always did. Watching him was so amazing. You could hear the passion he had for singing in his voice. Oh my God, you sound so disgusting. Like you were in love with him or something. You sound like you were starstruck yourself. And he wasn't even a star yet. Wow. Go fucking figure. Mertice. Hey, mama. Oh my God. Anybody want to donate to the Cash App? My Cash App is $ Bella's Paid, BELLASPAID. Thank you. It goes towards my channel, and this has helped me out to get the things that I've needed for my channel. I got a couple of more books I would like to purchase. If you guys can help me out with that, that is always awesome. Donations are always appreciated. Um, yeah, because I got a couple more books I want to get, guys. So that would be great if you guys can help me towards doing that. Continue doing as you do. I appreciate it all the time. I just got my microphone too. Oh, yes, yes, yes. So I'm very happy that I can whisper. I don't have to yell. This is good. And thank you for your support, guys. Now, this man used this boy to get girls himself. Like, this is what I'm seeing. Like, this is I'm actually visioning this shit. Yes. You know, it's crazy. Okay, let's continue because I'm getting upset reading this. This book is gonna really make me mad. Okay. He was singing and looking into Yolanda's eyes. You are so beautiful to me. It was a song Ray Charles had sang. Yolanda started to freak on Robert then. She started kissing on him, on his neck, his ears, rubbing her hands all over him, and then she slid her tongue in and out of Robert's mouth. Oh my God. And he sounds like he's jealous, or he was getting excited and horny himself. Mm-mm-mm. I was in awe when I saw Tonya begin to unzip his pants. All I could say was, wow, and thought to myself, I'd better get my butt back to singing too. The perks were amazing. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Did he really say that shit? Yo, I'm going to say this again. Demetrius Smith should not get immunity. If the feds are listening, take that shit away. Dee Dee took my mind off them and what they were doing when I looked over towards her and her eyes were sparkling at me. I walked over to her, looking into her tiger brown, beautiful eyes. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I leaned in to kiss her. When she showed no resistance, I took her hand and led her off into a dividing room. Why right away we gotta what you just met these girls. You just met these girls. You just met these girls. You just met them. You don't even know how old they really are. You're a whole 29 years old. You fucking pervert. Dirty dog bitch you. Okay? You're a dog head. That's a dog head. Okay? That's a dog head. Debo! You better put Demetrius Smith up on your mofo board. You better put that man on that board, please. Thank you. Oh, wow. I'm getting upset, guys. When I peeked back at Robert, I saw Tonya and Yolanda down on their knees. All that was heard after that were moans from both sides. So he thought this shit was cute to be with a 17-year-old boy. In the other room is this boy with these two other girls, and you're in another room listening to them. Who knows, even watching them, while you're in the next room with another little girl, young lady at the time. Let me not say little girl, let me say young lady in the ages of, let's say, 17 to 19. Huh? Huh? Fucking pervert. Hmm. Mm, 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 mm. By the way, he was acting. I could tell this was probably Robert's first time getting his dick sucked as well as a threesome. Wow. Did y'all just hear that? Did y'all just hear that? Oh, Phoenix. He's on there already? Good. Keep him on there. Keep him the fuck on there. That's who needs to be on that board. Okay? Okay. Okay. After the rendezvous, Robert was a completely different person. He had come out of his shell. Oh boy. So Demetrius broke the mold. That did it. That did it. That shit did it. Now, breaking out in a song and dance routine at any given time was second nature to him. I watched in wonder as this young man found himself. What? Oh, God. You call that finding himself, Demetrius? Really? Missy, what's up, mama? Girl. Missy, do me a favor, sis. If you see Demetrius Smith, punch that man in his head for me, please. Thank you. Like, seriously. Mm-mm-mm. It was clear to me I had my work cut out. I was determined to do everything I could to get this kid where he needed to be so the world could see what I saw in him. Yeah, you saw fucking money, sex, and drugs. You fucking bastard. That's what you saw. Sex, money, and drugs. You disgust me. In my eyes, he would be a star. The more I hung out with Robert, the less I worked with Cliff. I had another plan. I wanted to take Robert and Chuck to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, to meet Craig. We had one pitfall. It was basketball season, and Craig was working on a tight schedule. He was getting ready for the playoffs and clearly did not have time to meet with us. Times were hard. Robert started complaining about always being broke, and I couldn't afford to keep giving him the little money I was having. Huh. We started going down to the subway with the portable piano to hustle for chump change. We would work from 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. This had become a full time job for us. As people waited on the train, Robert would put on his dark sunglasses like Stevie Wonder and play the piano while he sang. We had a tip tat we had a tip hat sitting out. People would gather around and listen, leaving change as well as dollar bills in the hat. Robert even made up his own McDonald's jingle for the younger children who gathered around. McDonald's is a place for you when your day is through. You can go to McDonald's, get yourself a Big Mac, an order of fries, an ice cold Coke, and an apple pie. No one does it like McDonald's. Do ooh McDonald's and you. He was a hit in the subway, just like he would be a hit to the world in just a matter of time. Wow. Thank you, Missy. So he was using R. Kelly. He was trying to make money off of R. Kelly. He was using R. Kelly for a bag. And he was using R. Kelly so he can continue with his drug habits as well as pay his bills, and have sex with young girls. So he was in on this shit, huh? I wonder how many of those young girls he did have sex with. I wonder. I wonder. Let me get a sip of water, guys. Okay, where was I? Um, all right. I'm going to continue reading. Just give me 1 minute. I need to take care of something real quick, okay? Um, in the meantime, I'm going to find us something to listen to.
Kelly houses half the time in properties he rents in Atlanta, the other half in a recording studio he rents here in Chicago. They're told when to eat, when to sleep, when to bathe, how to dress, how to pleasure him in encounters that he records.
Wow.
They are not allowed to contact friends and family, according to the parents and according to two other women who were part of this circle and a former personal assistant.
Now, how were you able to get this information? Just so I'm clear.
I've been on this story since 2000. The videotape for which he was indicted and tried and acquitted in 2008 came to me at home. These parents initially came to me and said, we've been to police in 2 states, we've been to the FBI, we've been to lawyers. No one can help us because our daughters are of legal age, and important to note, they say they want to be where they are. And we want to get our daughters back.
Now, I also read that these young ladies, I guess he's kind of luring them in by saying, I'm going to help you with your music career. Is that true?
That's the story that he's told all of these young women. I will help make you a star, as I did with Aaliyah. And the Sun-Times, Chicago Sun-Times reporting, where I worked for 15 years, we had proven, what happened with the Aaliyah situation. Kelly illegally married her when she was 15 on a falsified Cook County wedding license. And then they were immediately separated and it was annulled. But we had been the first, I think we, me, and other reporters at the Chicago Sun-Times have been first to get those sealed court documents. And no, it was never just gossip, it was true.
Now,
he took advantage of her when he was recording the album, but she was 15 and he titled the album Age Ain't Nothing But a Number.
Yeah, and then Trapped in the Closet series came out now, and it has me thinking, was this a, his way of trying to hint at that? Now, of course, if you're just tuning into the fan, we're talking to Jim Derogatis. You are a writer at BuzzFeed now, formerly Chicago Sun-Times. Are you still at Chicago Sun-Times?
No, I'm not. Sometimes I teach college in Chicago, and I write and have a radio show nationally myself.
Gotcha. Well, thanks for tuning, checking in with the fam in the morning. Now, what's legally, now if this story is true, legally, why hasn't he been arrested yet, or why hasn't anyone charged him in Chicago yet with this?
The FBI is investigating.
Right now, as we speak.
They will neither confirm nor deny this investigation. Just like, who's that guy? Oh, yeah, Trump.
Yeah.
The FBI is investigating.
So the FBI is investigating this R. Kelly story about him literally trapping young girls in the closet and making them his, sex slaves or?
Yeah, slaves is the word that the parents use.
Wow. Hey, Jim Derogatis, thank you so much for checking in with the fam. Can you please keep us updated? If you find any more details, call us directly. We'll definitely, keep following the story as it develops. I almost said I was hoping that this was not true, but
the story's not going away. It's never gone away since I did the first story in 2000.
Jeez, R. Kelly, such an amazing talent just gone to waste because of real life situations like this. And like I said, this is just a sad case. I'm a dad. So I couldn't imagine if my daughter was trapped in the closet with not just R. Kelly, any man, with my thought. Exactly.
Look, if I had a dime for every time someone who has worked with R. Kelly and walked away told me, brother needs some help, I thought I could get him some help. I was wrong. That's the most common, and the personal assistant I spoke to said, man needs some help.
All right, so once again, I'm Jim Derogatis. It is official that you're saying that R. Kelly right now is being investigated by the FBI because of these slaves, these female slaves that he has right now that are in locations in Chicago and Atlanta.
That's right, and the parents who have been interviewed for hours by the FBI, as well as police in Georgia and in Illinois, who are saying that. I'm reporting what they're saying, just to be clear.
Got you. All right, thank you so much, Jim.
Thank you so much, Jim. You're awesome, Jim. All right, we can get back to it. I have to handle some stuff. Okay, guys. Boom. Okay, let's go back. Let me fix this camera. So that was Jim Derogatis in an interview with a blogger on YouTube back in 2017. Okay, so, all right, now let's continue. People started looking forward to seeing and hearing him sing on their way to work. At times, some people would miss their train trying to watch Robert perform. I took him down the subway every day. This helped him grow confident and secure with me. We had some great times in those subways. They provided some of the most genuine moments of our friendship. I miss those days. Those days were the best of Robert Kelly to me. At the end of our long working day, we would go up to the Water Tower Plaza to eat at McDonald's. Even till this day, I bet Mickey D's is still one of Robert's favorite places to eat. Once at McDonald's, we would count the earrings. Once at McDonald's, we would count the earnings for the day. Robert used to bring in $200 to $300 daily in a 12-hour day. He would give me $20 or $25 depending on how much he made. I didn't mind. I was there for support and to keep him motivated. My interest in the day was to collect names and numbers of the people that stood around enjoying being entertained by him. Why was he collecting names and numbers? Hey, Jennifer. Chuck and I had already worked out a 5% cut for me out of his percentage he had with Robert. We both believed this kid was destined to be a success. There was no doubt that money would not be an issue. I wanted to be right there with him because I really believed in this kid. My mind was set. Patience was to be my virtue. Robert had often talked to me about how other people came and made false promises but never delivered. He told me he felt the connection meeting me, and he had a feeling we would be good friends a long time. I felt the same way. There was a reason for us to have met. I felt we were all spiritually connected, and for true success to come, I felt we all needed each other. During this period, I had a chance to meet Robert's mother, Miss Joanne Kelly, who was motherly and hospitable to me. She sat me down and wanted to know me as a person. Over time, as we associated with each other, she grew to be dear to me. Thoughts of her now bring a smile to my face. She was so kind-hearted and blunt. She told it like it was in the sweetest way. She was like a second mother to me, like my mother. She was always a true believer of the Bible. I believe you were put in Robert's life to look out for him because Robert needs you, Demetrius, she told me one day. You are one of the genuine ones in his corner. She told me on another occasion, well, if you were so genuine, you should have gotten him some help to teach him how to read and write. If you were so genuine, but all you saw was money in your eyes. Talk about a singer holding a note. In my opinion, Miss Kelly could have sold 1 million records herself until I heard Miss Kelly sing my favorite female singer of all time was Miss Gladys Knight. It was no doubt Robert had gotten his gift of singing from his mama. Miss Kelly and Robert would sometimes sing together. It was touching to say the least. Miss Kelly had the voice of a true angel. Her tone would touch your spirit. The only reason she didn't make it in the music industry, in my opinion, is because she didn't pursue it. Time was moving, and it was time to put my plan into motion. Now, I had to connect with Craig. It was a priority for me to get to him. It was March of 1985. The NBA regular season ended, and the playoffs were starting. This meant Craig had a couple of weeks where he would be at home. I had spoken to Cece. She was already on board. Robert was fascinated over my sister. He would tell me how he felt himself shake and tremble with nervousness whenever she would come around. At first, I didn't pay attention to what he was saying. He was a youngster, and Cece was a beautiful married and mature woman. I understood his infatuation and thought it was appropriate. But little did I know Delilah was Cece's alter ego. Cece invited us to attend one of the Milwaukee Bucks home games. Chuck decided not. So his sister made him nervous from the first time they met. He was all giddy giddy over her, huh? He was giddy giddy. I saw you, by the way. Go ahead, laugh. I love you. Um. Okay, where was I? I'm sorry. Um. Okay, where was I? Mature women. Um. Okay. Chuck decided not to go because he didn't feel it was a business trip. He was right. It wasn't a business trip, but it was an opportunity to plant seeds. Robert, on the other hand, was starstruck and was eager to go. The fact that we were attending a professional basketball game and having seats on the floor level was exciting to him. Robert and I rolled out in my burnt orange 1973 Chevy station wagon. The paint blended with all the rust from the dents that were on the car. The oil was leaking. There was a hole in the muffler, and it had no hubcaps. The car was truly a trap car. Nonetheless, we made it to Craig's house. Loud smoke and all. We drove happy as if we were in a Lincoln Town car. It was an hour and a half drive. On the way, all I talked about with Robert was how big he was going to be. I was always inspiring Rob's ego with regards to how awesome of a singer and songwriter he was. He knew he had a gift, but he was shy, and I wanted him to believe in himself. more than he did. I wanted him to have the confidence that he was a great entertainer. After all, we shared the same dreams, and I wanted him to be and to know in the entire world that he was one of the best at what he did. When we got to Craig's house, Robert was like a little kid on Christmas Day, as if he was going to meet Santa Claus. He was both excited and scared at the same time. Hold on. Craig wasn't at the house when we arrived. Cece said he had gone to practice and would be returning shortly. In the meantime, Robert was going through his shy kid act. He began pulling on my shirt to indicate to me he was extremely nervous looking at Cece's beautiful almond shaped eyes and honey smooth skin. I could imagine, being as young as Robert was, that it was like having a crush on your teacher. Cece was a very beautiful woman. Yeah, I think so too, Missy. She had done some modeling and singing in her past. To break the ice of Robert's jitters, I took him out back where the basketball court was so he could relax and get a grip of himself. Robert prided himself at the basketball. He felt if not for music, he would pursue a career as a basketball player. I admit he had a little game, but it was no comparison to the gift he had in music. After we shot some hoops, I took him to his favorite eating place, McDonald's, and afterwards, he seemed to be himself again. When we got back to the house, Craig was home. He walked past us. "What's up, Johnny?" he said to me as he headed to his room, acting as if he didn't want to seem like he was really interested in meeting Robert. I didn't say anything to get his attention in respect to introducing him to Robert. I knew how to loosen Craig up. You see, back in the day, Craig liked to smoke bud, ganja, as he would call it. It just so happened I brought a sack with me because I felt like, wait, with me because I like to smoke me some bud too. Robert didn't smoke weed or drink, so I kept it from him. Even though he said he liked the smell of weed, I never enticed him towards indulging. Yeah, right. Full of shit. I bet you let him smoke his first blunt. Why you lying? Why you lying? Yeah, that sister made him nervous. I wonder. Yeah, that's the next book we're gonna read, Missy. That's the next book, mamita. Now, okay, where was I? After we shot some hoops, I took him to his favorite eating place, McDonald's, and afterwards he seemed to be himself again. When we got back to the house, Craig was home. He walked past us. "What's up, Johnny?" he said to me as he headed to his room, acting as if he didn't want to seem like he was really interested in meeting Robert. Okay, I already read that. Shit. Oh, okay. Robert was kind of uneasy because Craig didn't say hi or acknowledge him. I felt I had to make up an excuse for Craig by making Robert laugh, telling him Craig was probably stinking and didn't want us to smell the funk of practice. After giving Craig a few minutes, I went to his room and knocked on his door. When he told me to come in, I stepped in the room, and when Craig looked over at me, I was holding a fat joint. Can I light this up? I asked. Come on in, he said, with the welcoming smile on his face. After he took a hit, he zoomed right into his fantasy world, taking on the personality of being a black militant. Brothers gone, work it out. Power to the people, frame of mind. Craig was crazy like that. He stayed on some black righteous stuff. He was still a Black Panther and had never gone to a meeting. While he was talking brotherly love, I was pumping him up about how talented my young artist was, and if he helped me with him, I would be in the studio next. After we finished smoking, Craig was ready to meet and listen to Robert. When we returned to the living room, Robert and Cece were sitting on the couch playing Pac Man. He didn't look nervous at all now. He was totally relaxed. Cece did the introductions, and afterwards, Robert obliged my request and played a number of original songs. While Robert was singing, Craig looked over at me like Cliff and I looked at each other. The very first time we heard Robert sing, you know, the look like on the cartoon when a character's eyes turn into dollar signs. Oh, you see? Fat boy. What's up, fat boy? I need my chapstick, y'all. Within an hour. So that should be about 6:30. If you hear the music in the background, that's my husband's game. He's playing that Need for Speed shit. All right, so you see how he's thinking. He's just thinking about dollar signs, and how he can get R. Kelly to make money for him. Because R. Kelly was young and could bring him to girls, money, sex, and drugs. He sure the fuck should do time right next to him. He should. Because you know what? He groomed this boy himself. He took this young man and groomed him. Mm-mm-mm. So, okay, here we go. That's how Craig looked. After Robert was done, Craig asked, what do y'all need? It was at that moment that I thought the hardest part was over. It should be smooth sailing from here on out, I told myself. I mentioned to Craig that I wanted to um, put a band together for Robert and to get him in the studio. I let him know that I didn't want him to totally support us. I wanted to put the band together so we could be self sufficient and at the same time build a fan base that would follow us as we would rise. It all sounded good to Craig until I told him Robert had a manager and he was contracted. He was contracted. It seemed then he had a change of heart. Craig wanted to know the extent of Robert's contract. I told Craig how cool Chuck was and how I didn't think Chuck would have a problem with anything, and that he was truly a man who I felt had Robert's best interest at heart. As far as I was concerned, Chuck was cool. And the contract thing, I figured we were going to all have to sit down to renegotiate that anyways. I needed Craig's financial background to get me started so I could put a band together, find the place to rehearse, get some equipment, and get us busy to start generating us some funds and becoming a self sufficient, independent organization. Yeah, narcissistic behavior only thinks about self. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. Now, Craig was on that brother love frame of mind, which had nothing to do with the business. Brothers need to form a stronger unity with one another. Look at it, brother man. A black man with no money got this young brother under a contract. Craig was in La La Land the way he was talking. I thought Craig didn't know anything about all the work Chuck had put in with Robert. He knew nothing about the fact that Robert was illiterate and that Chuck was helping Robert in that area of his life too. Yeah, that's right. Robert Kelly couldn't read or write as well at all. So what? No one was taking advantage of him. Huh, that's funny. He was fortunate to have good people around him that loved him. When I found out, I didn't look at Robert differently. I was eager to help him. I am not speaking of his literacy to make him look bad, because over the 13 years I spent working with Robert, he learned to read. And because of the way we used to practice singing autographs and writing memos, he learned to write too. So saying this is not to discredit Robert in any way. Like my old friend Bernie Mac used to say, I'm telling it like it is. Anyway, Craig and I concluded to schedule a meeting with Chuck. I gave Craig his phone number and told him to give Chuck a call. I knew Chuck would have no problem doing what was recorded to do. What was needed to get Robert's career off the ground. I gotta get reading glasses, y'all. Oh my god. It's next on my list. Reading glasses. Oh, hold on one second, guys. All right, guys, I got to take a break real quick. I'm going to play a little comical skit from another blogger that I found about R. Kelly.
I'm so tired of R. Kelly peeing on people. It's time people pee on R. Kelly. Well, my mind is telling me no, but my bladder is telling me yes. I want to take it to the streets, and I want to get the people's opinion who loves R. Kelly and who doesn't. Let's find out. You ready for this, R. Kelly? Take that, R. Kelly. Take that. Take that. Ladies, let me ask you a question. And then here, Bacon?
To be what,
Right here?
No.
Okay.
Let's stay.
Are you a fan of R. Kelly?
Yeah.
You like R. Kelly?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, you two can go to hell. You heard about his case? No. He's peeing on girls.
He's what?
He's peeing on girls. Urinating. Yes. Young girls. Yes. Let's take a picture and let the little statue pee on it. Come on, show you. Come on. He's my ex-boyfriend. Yeah, take that. Thank you. Hey, excuse me. Are you an R. Kelly fan?
I don't know anything about R. Kelly.
Good. Let me tell you something. Don't listen to him. We're banning R. Kelly. As of today, okay? I want you to pee on it. Come on, come go with me. No, come on.
Do what?
I want you to pee on it. Pee on it. Put your hand up. Yeah, do it. Give it to him. Smarter.
It's kind of hot.
No. It's not hot. Get out of here. I'm a Christian woman. Go. Be gone. She got turned on by peeing on R. Kelly. What kind of woman is that? That's crazy. The rapture's coming, and she's going to hell. You're an R. Kelly fan? I'm not selling this CD. Sir, come here. Are you an R. Kelly fan?
Yeah,
Are you okay with them peeing on people?
didn't pee on me.
Yeah. Come here, let me talk to you. Listen, the man has been doing this for generations.
I love his music.
Would you like if someone peed on you? Really? Take that. No, you like that?
Get off me, lady! Heck!
Now go. Are you okay with R. Kelly peeing on people?
Peeing on people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You okay with him peeing
Yeah.
on people? Would you pee on R. Kelly?
yeah.
Good.
Pee on R. Kelly?
Pee on R. Kelly?
No.
Why?
No.
Right. Yeah, like that. Take that, R. Kelly. Take that. Take that. Good job. You sure to go. So last time I checked, R. Kelly was streaming on Pandora, iTunes, Young Girls' Faces. It's gotta stop. It's gotta stop.
Watch NFL games live all season long. YouTube TV.
Give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. Sorry. Sorry about that, family. Sorry, 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 sorry. I had to serve my family. It's dinner time. So I'm going to finish up this chapter and then we're going to close it out. And I might come back later on tonight in the evening. Okay, guys? It's Friday night. So I might just read another chapter. I'm not going to promise you anything because you already know. But I will try to continue tonight. Okay? All right. Let's continue. Um, okay. Okay, no, I asked you to do me the favor.
I'm the one that brought up the food.
Okay, so, all right.
We each do something.
All right, everybody just get your own juice then. It seemed then he had a change of heart. Craig wanted to know the extent of Robert's contract. I told Craig how cool Chuck was and how I didn't think Chuck would have a problem with anything and that he was truly a man who I felt had Robert's best interest at heart. What was I? I think I read that already. Yeah, I did. I am not speaking of his illiteracy to make him look bad, because over the 13 years I spent working with Robert, he learned to read. He learned to read, and because of the way we used to practice signing autographs and writing memos, he learned to write too. So, saying this is not to discredit Robert in any way, like my old friend Bernie Mac used to say, I'm telling it like it is. Anyway, Craig and I concluded to schedule a meeting with Chuck. I gave Craig his phone number and told him to give Chuck a call. I knew Chuck would have no problem doing what was needed to get Robert's career off the ground. Robert and I were invited to stay over for the weekend. For the rest of the evening, Robert I can't say that word, Dana. He centerated. Okay, Diva. Okay, Robin. Hi, Flawless. Hi, Mama. Got it, Robin. I'll check it in a moment, Mama. Um, Robert and I were invited to stay over for the weekend. For the rest of the evening, Robert serenaded Craig and his wife. He took advantage of the opportunity to show them his gift as a writer. He wrote songs for them right off the top of his head. He really got Craig's full attention then. Craig told me I had in my hands a goose that could lay golden eggs. And he was right. All what was left to do now was get this goose situated so we could hatch those eggs. The next morning, Craig returned the favor to Robert by inviting him to watch him perform. He took us to practice with him, and after practice, Robert and I shot hoops with Craig and his teammates. It was fun. It was a fun-filled day, mingling with the pros. After the shoot around of Craig's practice, Robert sang a few songs for the players, amazing them with his talent. A few of the players joked around asking Robert for his autograph. After we left the practice facility, Craig took us to the golf course to play a sport we know nothing about. It was a funny sight. Robert and I could not hit that little bitty ball. We had a really great time hanging out with Craig and Cece that weekend. A moment neither of us could ever forget. Once Robert and I returned to Chicago, we met with Chuck. Robert told him about our weekend with Craig in detail. Chuck informed us that he did get a call from Craig and scheduled a date for them to meet. We all felt good about what had transpired over the weekend. We believed things were about to start getting better. The three of us talked about forming a band. Robert told me his older brother Bruce played the bass guitar, and he wanted his brother to play for him. Over the next few days, I traveled around the city with Robert, putting his band together. Things were looking up. Hello, GA girl. Hello, Mama. Well, so chapter 2 was interesting too. Chapter 3, as we said, we will more than likely go over it tonight. I'll read chapter 3 later on. And let's see how long this chapter is. If it's not that long, maybe we can go into one more. Yeah, this one's a little longer, so we might just go into chapter 3 and that'll be it. Then I'll call it a day for another chapter another day. All right, guys. reminder once again. I have 2 challengers, okay? And our first challengers, I have 3 challengers so far. Our first 2 challengers will be Grown Little Boy versus Dana J. And then whoever wins that battle will battle in the second round against Gina Gems. Gina Gems. Our girl Gina Gems will be battling out with either Grown Little Boy or Dana J. So I have our pick for our first 2 rounds, guys. I need one more contestant. I need one more contestant. Instead of us having it on February 13th, I'm scheduling it for the following Sunday. Okay? I will I'll do a reminder without doing a reminder, just to kind of just put the new details in. And let you guys know what's going on as far as the new dates and who's going to be battling. So we are having Dana J will be battling Grown Little Man the week after Valentine's Day, and then I believe they will also be having a music battle on Atmos's channel. I'm not sure too much how that is going for sure. I guess the guys got to schedule that with Atmos. I don't know what's going on. What time for what, sweetheart? Flawless. Okay, I'm about to check my email right now, Robin. Okay, babe. I gotta eat my dinner. I'm hungry. Oh, good. Battle, baby. Yes, we're going to have 2 battles. One battle will be on my channel, and that will be the cooking show. The cooking show was supposed to be on February 13th at 3 p.m., but that will be changed. I will come up with a new date and time, and it will be definitely the following Sunday. So February 14th is on a Sunday. It will be the following Sunday. And then there will also be a battle on Atmos's channel against Grown Little Boy and Dana J in a music battle. So they will be battling it out in cooking that week, and then that same week they will also be battling it out on music. They will be dueling and dueling and dueling. Okay, guys? So thanks for listening, y'all. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate y'all all. Thank you, ladies, for the donations. The cash apps are always appreciated. If you would like to cash app me for any donations for anything that I purchase on my channel, I mainly am using these donations to get more books. I have a few more books to get. And thank you so much. My cash app is on the screen. Or if you would like to just donate to me personally, my cash app is $BELLASPAID. Bella's paid. You can also PayPal me Diva Divine Light, and you can also Zelle me at 347-664-9253. And if you have any questions, and if you would like to join the cooking challenge, you can email me at diva.josh32332@gmail.com. Or you can DM me if you want on Instagram at StellaBella3276. You can also follow me on Facebook at Estelle Garcia. And I am on Twitter, but I'm not on Twitter as much, but my Twitter handle is Estelle Garcia 40. Okay, sweetheart. I'm checking it out right now. Um, oh, okay. Oh, so all right. Robin, when I get off and I finish eating my dinner, I'm gonna give you a call, okay? So I can figure out what this is you sent to me. All right, baby. Thank you so much, my love. All right, my love. Yeah, I'll definitely call you, Robin. If I can get through, I'll give you a call, Mama. Okay. Or if not, if you can reach out to me. If you want, call me at about like 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. Eastern time. All right, guys. Please do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Do not forget to hit the like button on your way out, guys. Thank you so much. And if you are new to my channel, please make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell on all so you can get all of my information, all my videos or lives as I go. And Diva Divine Light is out. Peace and one love, y'all. I'll see you guys later tonight, God willing.